My wife Marie and I are the usually proud parents of a 7, 5, and 2-year-old, and before having kids, I never could have anticipated what it would be like to be a father. I feel like you hear a lot of folks tell you to stay in the moment because kids grow up so fast. It's good advice, but I find it very challenging to follow. A part of me can't help but stay in the moment with the many parenting tasks like dressing kids, meal planning, giving baths, and the constant cleanup, but there's an equally large part of me always looking toward a future when my kids can do things for themselves, a day when they're more independent and I get some of my independence back. And that's when I can sometimes miss the moments. I still vividly remember our oldest son Lewis's first day of kindergarten. Marie and I had been anticipating the day all summer with a sense of excitement about the milestone for both him and for us. But when the day finally came, I was caught up in my morning routine and just gave him my usual goodbye before I headed out the door for work. About an hour or so later, I realized, tearfully, that although Lewis didn't need me to be there to drop him off for his first day, I really did. I remember walking past his school later on that day and seeing him playing at the playground with his new classmates, happy and secure. The moment was gone. I'd missed it. But Lewis was fine. One of the things we love to do at home as a family is make up silly songs and sing together. So I thought it'd be fun to write a little song about fatherhood to share for this program. I named it Fatherhood Is, and it captures in a simple way a little bit of what being a parent means to me.
As for me and what I'm grateful for these days, during a recent 6-mile trek at Willow River State Park in Wisconsin, I left my phone in my backpack. No app would track my steps. Normally, my ears are covered with headphones, studying and memorizing music, or within the rehearsal room nitpicking my colleagues. On this day, they were treated to the breeze stirring tall grasses, the tumble of water over the falls, grasshoppers darting out of my path, and the rhythmic crunching of my feet treading the ground. My eyes witnessed the changing of the seasons, beautiful hues of chartreuse, scarlet, gold, and fading emerald showing from all directions. I felt the sun's warmth on my neck and shoulders. I found and focused on my breath. What a gift. To simply be still. Over the past few years, I've spent an increasing amount of time in nature, on walks around the numerous bodies of water here, on hikes out of town. I find myself feeling grateful for where I am. My physical location, sure, I love my neighborhood and the Twin Cities in general. But from a further vantage point, I'm grateful that my life's work allows me to create and collaborate with close friends and inspiring colleagues. I'm grateful for the relationship with my family and friends and my community that's growing. And while all of this remains true, sometimes the din of urgency, city life, and obligation can wear one down. That's why I'm also grateful for where I can go and where I can just be.
When I think about what I'm grateful for, I think about music. Music has always been a huge part of my life. And as much fun as it can be to perform by myself, I've always found the greatest solace and empowerment in the act of making music collaboratively. Sharing the stage with fellow singers, each of us with our own unique stories and experiences, serves as a powerful reminder of our collective humanity. Music has always been a universal language that transcends borders and unites us, especially in challenging times. When the world feels heavy, a song can act as a balm, providing comfort and healing. In the lyrics of a song like What a Wonderful World, we are invited to look around and notice the beauty in the simple things, like the trees, the skies, and the love that surrounds us. In a world divided, it's music that often reminds us of our shared aspirations for harmony and unity. John Lennon expresses it simply and beautifully. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Each note we sing, each lyric we share, inspires us to connect, to heal, and to foster peace in our communities and beyond.
Nearly every day, I'm reminded how grateful I am for food. I love food, and I loved the food I grew up eating. When I was really young, my family didn't have much, but my mom knew I needed protein to grow. So she'd grab a Kraft single, slap some peanut butter on it, roll it up, and let me stuff my face with it. Or the treat of popcorn one evening as we sat down to watch Rocky and Bullwinkle. Or the incredibly refreshing macaroni salad on a hot summer day in rural Florida. No, these aren't complex dinner dishes, but I am grateful that they kept me and my family fed years ago. Now, as a grown-up, though, I also love food because of what it represents and catalogs. Food is a type of language that has evolved over the years, connecting individual people through their culture and connecting us all as humans. I love that many cultures around the globe have passed down treasured recipes through the generations so that families can have a deeper understanding of their lineage. I love that this food embodies the land they come from, whether it's the spices collected to make the curry or the choice of meat or dairy that's dependent on the weather of a particular region. All this is meaningful, but I should also say that yes, I also love food because it's tasty. And many times these recipes are the foods that the chefs grew up eating too. Nowadays, my favorite thing to do with my better half, Brittany, is go on a date night, heading to a new restaurant we haven't tried. There are just so many great spots in the Twin Cities, and I love being bowled over by a pork bun, or a unique take on ramen, or just a classic Eggs Benedict. Ultimately, food brings me joy and reminds me that we're all connected.
After listening to this special, do you have a story or reflection you would like to share? We'd love to consider it for a future season of the annual Songs of Thanks program. Head to yourclassical.org, where you'll find more info on this special, learn how to submit a story, and more.